Hey, I'm back. What do I sound like now? Do I sound okay? Do I not sound okay? I'm never gonna know because I can't hear myself. I've had some trouble with my microphone. Hopefully, that trouble is now finished. I don't know. Um, but anyway, until somebody pops on, hey, you, Mr. Rogers guy, can you hear me okay, or is my sound doing some weird thing? I need a sound check. I'm speaking to somebody who's live at the minute, because I'm on Twitch, and that's what we do. I'm speaking to somebody in the chat room. You sound, oh, good, okay. Phew. So I've uninstalled things and I've reinstalled things and I've changed things. So I'm back. No thanks to Matt. Can I just get him in trouble for a minute by saying he did not answer my Skype call? He's not driving or anything, so I don't know what happened there. But either way, didn't need his help after all, just reinstalled drivers and restarted the computer. So we're back. We are back. And today, I've got an interesting thing happening. So, my latest sort of obsession thing has been this. This is my new Mah-Jong set, and I love it, and I think it's really cute. But the thing is, I'm not very good at playing it. So I had to make myself a bunch of accessories to sort of help me with that. So I've got a little card here that I'm going to put the compass directions on so I know what's north and east and whatever. And also I've made some scoring notepads that are all shiny and lovely. And they do actually have a little Chinese twist, which I'm going to show you in a minute. And this is the most important thing that I've made for myself, but it looks kind of boring right now. We'll fix that. It's the scoring details on how to actually score the game properly. So I'm planning on putting that into this, which is going to look like this. Okay, got it? Clear as mud. So that's what I'm going to do right now. And I thought I would show you how I did these. Time to switch cameras with my mouse. It's not behaving itself. Love it. Love it. Thank you so much, mouse. You're amazing. Okay. Mix. I'm clicking on mix and nothing's happening. Here we go. Yes. So this is the way we want it to look. Here I am. Here's my lovely Mah-Jong set, which I can now close and put away because I don't need any of that for what we're gonna do. So I'll put that away. But we do need all of this. So I've got some Mod Podge. I've got something called gesso, which is Italian for chalk, and it's used for priming and things. And let's see what else. Glue, obviously. I'm never anywhere without this glue. In fact, it just got stuck in the bottom of my bag and there's hair in it. So fun. And for this technique, we are also going to need this Chinese newspaper. So I picked this up and I thought I'm going to need that someday. So I put it in a box and I knew exactly where it was come time to actually use it. And can we see the date on there? 2009. And actually exactly tomorrow, 2009. So it's taken me 7 years to use this magazine or this newspaper, but I am. So I can't read Chinese. I guess it's probably important to point that out. But what I want it for is to provide some kind of patterny thing. So I'm just gonna tear out a random page. This looks like it's from the health section and the interior design section. I've been advised if I'm taking any foreign language pieces of newspaper, no, it's not the wrong paper. if you're going to use any kind of foreign language newspaper and what you make is likely to come in contact with anyone who can read that language, it's nicer to take out of the sort of interior design section of the paper, because otherwise it could have horrible stuff about like wars and people dying and stuff, and you know, or crimes or something. So that's what I've got today. I've got this piece of newspaper which has plenty of Chinese things on it. So we are going to put a layer down of that. I'm not sure if you can see this very well, but can you see that there is Chinese writing on here? It just adds to the background and sort of hints at the theme. And that is what we are doing today. So, I make all kinds of things with paper. I've been known to make flowers with paper. I've been known to make cards and scrapbook pages and all kinds of things. But today I am going to be decorating an envelope for my Mah-Jong instructions. So, I'm just going to tear out some of this lovely Chinese writing. Beautiful. Beautiful. This is the kind of thing that I should have done first. But then in all of the hullabaloo about the sound problems, I probably would have lost it all. So now you've got to watch me do it. Right, so I'm ripping bits off. Hooray. Isn't this so fun to watch? Okay. I don't know what these big letters say. Kind of like I don't know what the little letters say. But what I'm trying to do is sort of get a more solid block of actual writing. And I'm going to start to glue this onto my surface. Now in this case, the surface is going to be the back and the two front flaps of this envelope. And that's going to be messy, but let's get into it. Okay, so for this I'm going to use my Mod Podge. Most people know what Mod Podge is. It's basically glue. And I'm going to use a standard paintbrush. Don't know what this one's called because I'm not really an artist, but basically, I'm going to start on the back. Obviously, we'll just do this whole thing like this, right? You've got to work in sections with Mod Podge because it dries, right? So, on we go with the Mod Podge. And on we go with this, and this is likely to now be upside down. I didn't think about that. So I guess it doesn't really matter. I don't think anyone's going to come over to my house for a friendly game of Mah-Jong and say, oh, by the way, did you know that that background is upside down? But we'll find out. Now, this is really great stuff, actually, this Mod Podge. And I don't know what makes it any different to any other sort of PVA glue. But when this is dry, I'm able to cut pieces of it to size with my cutting machine and actually not do damage to it. So, I mean, you know, obviously, that's not an official endorsement, but I haven't seen it damage it yet, so that's good news, right? Okay, so that's gonna go there. I wonder if my buddy's gonna come visit us today, because I've got a mod button now and I'm not afraid to use it. So, how did I get the newspaper? I picked it up on the tube in 2009. I still have it. And I'm so glad I do. Because this is, oops, sorry about the ripping noises, but this has been the first sort of incident of having a time to use it. So, I'm glad I saved a newspaper for 7 years. I'm sure that's not what, like, hoarder people need to hear, but you know what? Sometimes you do need that stuff that you're saving. Case in point. So this bit can be a little bit boring to watch. Sorry about that. But it is important when you are collaging things, I guess is what you call it, that you sort of stick it, make sure that you overlap the glue. It does give it a sort of more uniform finish. Not that it really matters with what I'm doing, but it makes me feel better, and that's all that matters. Right. I'm going to need another page of newspaper. This is the largest piece I've done this way. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I wonder if Clary Bug's coming back, because she had some, well, she was the one who let me know about my sound problems. She saved it, because I had a really bad feedback issue, and even though I did a whole bunch of, like, you know, installing and updating the drivers, resetting this, resetting that, disabling everything, and then re-enabling things one by one, I kind of wasn't quite there yet, and it would never have happened without her. I would never have really known about it. So, your buddy. Did you go to Matt's parents this weekend? No, I did not. He's there, I'm not. This is me having the house to myself for a couple of days. That's a mental health break for me. And this is my sanity. Tearing up Chinese newspapers live on the internet. Whoop, whoop. Oh, well. It's like you'd be back in school with a jar of paste. Right. Hey, we're halfway there. Good news. I don't know what kind of faces I make when I'm leaning over my paper like this, but you guys do. You get to see it. All right. Now what I'm doing is I'm going to ever so slightly over the edge. Can you see that? Not quite sure whether I'm going to trim it or whether I'm going to fold it yet. Big life decisions, you know, really important. Right, so that's that. I do need another piece of newspaper. Bending over to get the newspaper. Okay, where are we? Sorry, I'm just reading now, catching up on my news. Oh, good, that's the horse racing. Alright, we'll just do this. This one looks okay. Ooh. This man looks very upset. I think he must be a stockbroker. So this is what we're doing on Saturday night. Can I take from this that I'm better than Rubbish Telly? Hello. Who have we got here? We've got the Rogers family, and we got the Flying Scotsman, and Dave, and S. Reeves Francois, and someone else I can't pronounce, but that asked me the question about the newspaper. Which I am still sticking to this paper while everyone watches me do it. Glue drying. What did you do last night? Oh, I watched glue drying live on the internet. Fantastic. Glue drying, funny stories. Anybody got any funny stories? Yeah, that's how I got the paper. Yeah, Matt's driving trains in China. What's Chinese for Nebworth? Geez, first my husband goes and he goes to work and he makes all sorts of money so I can buy crazy things. And now he's donating his viewers to me while he's off doing something else. It's very nice. Very, very nice. I wonder where my Clary bug went off to, though. Our little Peddleston family is amazing. Actually, Victoria, my daughter, she did a great one today. She really did. This is about sort of lack of pop culture education we're giving her, I guess, because she was at tennis today, and her teacher went in for a fist bump, and she went for it, and she punched him in the fist. Oh, dear. Matt and I were sitting in the box thing, just crying our eyes out. It was so funny. We aim to please. Oh dear. More Chinese writing. More Chinese writing. What is that a picture of? What do you reckon this is? I mean, I know you're supposed to, like, rip it up, but I'm actually looking at it and thinking, what is this? Maybe that's what it says. Maybe the article is like, strange wood carving found on the tube. Is this your wood carving? Please collect it at lost property at Baker Street. Did you see the recent article regarding a train driver completely missing his stop? Deleted link. Oh, has somebody deleted links on my thingy? Sorry, guys. Was his name Matt, though? Because, you know, I think I have heard it before. Either that or man in bright pink trailer truck does barrel roll. Unintentional barrel roll. Oh, the creative decisions we must make. Oh, at least you guys can see it, or he can. Oh, but you're Dave Mabbott, so you can tweet that to me, can't you? I don't think there's enough glue on that bit. Why? Not enough glue. For all that I want to stick, not enough glue. Ah, right. See, I'm trying to be generous and sparing at the same time. And for anyone else who's planning on doing this, I suggest you do the same. You want to be generous enough that the actual glue does cover every square centimeter of what you're sticking down and what you're sticking it to, but also sparing enough that it's not going to take ages to dry. So if you're good at towing a fine line, then collage might just be your thing. Got some bits that are not covered. Ooh, naughty. I know I got a huge bit that's not covered over here. I see it. Why does it sound like fireworks? Right. I'm almost finished. there's a chance I might not even need to go back to the paper and get more stuff. Right. You're all still with me, aren't you? What did you think to Matt's card? Do you know, I don't think I've seen it. I think it's probably still in the garage. I'll have to go down there and have a little look of it, see what, I know that you're all very good at sending, sending interesting things to delight and embarrass Matt. And that is totally ace in my book. Keep it coming. I hope this weird wood carving picture really isn't anything obscene, because I'm using the caption on here. So there we go. All right, almost done. A little bit more. Ugh. Right, so this is actually the front, right? You don't have to be particularly talented or creative to do this, by the way. Everybody sort of says, oh, you're creative, I couldn't do that. And my answer to you, and I'm being very sincere, is yes, you can do this. It's a matter of couldn't be bothered. You know, if you don't want to do it, you don't have to do it. I'm sure that somewhere out there are more important things to be doing. I just don't think, you know, I don't want to do any of those other important things. So I'm doing this. So, but yeah. I will eventually have to stop doing this and go and clean the kitchen, but nobody's home. Pop some dishes in the dishwasher when I go to rinse this brush out, you know, as you do. More. There we go. The mug. He got another mug this year? No, unfortunately, because his coffee and tea is made in the garage, he doesn't actually come in for beverages, so I shall have to sneak in there and examine the mug as well. I don't know if I saw anything that you've all sent to him this year. He may have told me about them, but my memory's not very good. And generally when I see him, I'm half asleep, because he comes in like 3 something in the morning, and I like to sleep during those hours, you know. He doesn't, but I do. Apparently you don't either, or he wouldn't be up. Hello. Oh, I've got a very interesting viewer called Laser Pants. Good evening, Laser Pants. Has Matt stole your Tassimo machine? No, actually, I bought him a Tassimo machine for the garage, and while I was plugging it in and trying it out, he said, oh, can I have the old one for the garage? I said, yeah. So he's got the old one and I've got the new one. But I think the basic answer to your question is yes. It's never straightforward with me. Okay, so here we go. Yes, we have two Tassimo machines. One is on the dining room table and the other one is in the garage. So we are, for the moment, done with the Mod Podge. And this is very nearly dry as it happens. So I'm just gonna sort of sit around and shoot the breeze while the rest of it dries, I guess. 'Cause I can't find my heat gun anywhere. I've got something that I can sort of quickly dry it off with, but I don't know where it is. Everything in this room is not where I left it, and really, where the... No, I really don't know where it is. I'm looking. Oh well. Doo-doo-doo. Sitting doing nothing while the glue dries. How do you like your nothing? With extra nothing? Hello, Kevin. Yes, I've had a fantastic day. We went and watched Victoria play some tennis, and then I watched everybody else leave the house and leave me alone, which is good because every mom needs a little bit of alone during the summer holidays. Right now, I'm looking for the best art tool anyone could ever have, and that I have in spades somewhere. It's basically an old credit card, okay? That's the best art tool on the planet. I need to try and get one of them. Now, have I got one in this box of junk? Whoop. Looks like I've got one of everything else in here. Let's see. Old credit card. Old credit card. Anyone? Old credit card? No. Oddly enough, this magical box that usually has everything I need hasn't got anything. Okay. So, no old credit card there. What about this box of junk? Has this box of junk got an old credit card in it? Tell you what, it'd be really nice if it did. Old credit card. Oh, that's a good one. My old driver's license. Look at that face. Oh, what lovely hair. No, no more. I'm old now. It's all gone gray. I don't want to have to use my old driver's license as a spreader for gesso, but I might. Oh no, here we go, here we go. At some point, I managed to cut up some Krispy Kreme boxes. I'll just use that. Okay. So, the gesso is normally used to prime canvases and the like. I'm going to have to cut this. I don't believe it. Hold on. I'm going to rip it. There. So that it'll go into the pot. Okay. Basically, we don't want to cover all of this, and we don't want it evenly covered. So we're just going to scrape some of it on with a little card. Here we go. So, because we want to cover some of the writing, but not necessarily all of it. And we want to give it a kind of distressy look, I guess. This method was taught to me years ago by the owner of a craft company called Paper Artsy. Don't expect you to know about it, but they're based in Brentwood, and I was at one of those exhibition type shows for crafty people, and they showed me how to do this. So that's what I'm doing today. I'm doing a technique that I learned almost around the same time as I found this newspaper. And you can do this with text from a book. I actually went to the pound shop, and when I was in there one day, I happened to notice for £1, oddly enough, that they had a copy of Alice in Wonderland. And I had a lovely set of stamps that were Alice in Wonderland as well. So I thought I was going to use this technique with the Alice in Wonderland book paper, just in case someone did look at it and try and read the text, that it would be on topic, I guess. Have I ever done it? No. No, I have not. So, I'm good at that. Right, tell you what, I am going to do what you should always do when you're using acrylic-based products on brushes. I'm going to go and rinse this out straight away. Always rinse your brushes. I'm serious. Okay, look at this while I'm gone. Ponder, talk amongst yourselves. It's a bit like grout, but if you were to use the grout on a totally smooth surface, I suppose. Whoop. Sorry about that. I think you saw a bit too much of me there. Okay, so I'm back, and I tease the shop assistants in Pound Shop and say, how much is this? Yeah, my friend asks me all the time when I get something from the Pound Shop. She's, oh, how much was it? So yeah, totally got it. Oh, hey, look! My Skype account's trying to send me spam again that's actually a virus. Love it. Right. So, we are nearly all dry again because of how sparing this technique actually is. Now this is starting to look like something quite old and icky, and that's kind of the point. It's a distressed item. And I can find no better way in life to de-stress than to distress things. Yeah, I did get Skyped. I got Skyped by someone who's hijacked my mom's account and is trying to say, for you, image. And if you click on it, it's a zip file, and if you unzip it, it's a script, and that script is most likely a virus. So yeah, not gonna do it. He hasn't caught me. This is the third time they've tried it, whoever it is. Right, so we don't really have to wait for it to be totally dry, although, you know, it is sort of the done thing. Let's not be like that. I've got baby wipes here, just ordinary baby wipes, and I'm going to pull one of these out because this is how I'm going to apply the paint to our distressed surface. It kind of simultaneously puts it on and takes it off. It's a very strange process. And we are going to start with our lightest color, which is this crazy green. So, ooh, it's all quiet. Right. I'm just going to put blobs of this on because the idea is that you want some color, but you don't want lots of it. And you want it to be fairly random. So, it looks very odd at the moment. And because it isn't entirely dry yet, it's sort of mixing a bit with the gesso, which is quite nice, I think. So, now we've got this sort of light green on here. We can move on. To kind of like a teal color. Yeah, Yes, I think I might report it to Skype, although I have a feeling they know about it already. Although, when I tried to sort of Google it, there was no information out there about it yet, so I don't know, maybe they're the new hackers on the block or something. They think they're onto a new thing or something like that. I don't know. This looks just like a mess right now, but wait for it. It's gonna look like a nicer mess later. Oh, that's gross. Ugh. 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 Let's get another one. Right. Let's get some blue in there. I like to use colors that are really close to each other. Yeah, don't you love getting an email from banks that you don't bank with? Saying that there's something wrong with your account, which you don't have? I mean, it's not even a new thing anymore, is it? You'd think they'd move on to something else by now. I guess they must be banking on the fact banking on the fact that there are people out there who are still new to this whole internet thing. Seriously, it looks terrible. It looks really terrible. But all these sort of distressy looking things go through this sort of phase, the ugly phase. What is she doing? What is she doing? And why is she filming it? Some of the questions you may be asking yourself right now. Ugh. Maybe a little bit more on there. A little bit. No, because I folded it in half, didn't I? Come back, paint side. Right, I'm going to get rid of that. And then I'm going to go back. I'm going to go back in with another color again. Whoops, that's a lot. There we go. See, it still looks a bit messy. Looks a lot messy. But it might be taking on a slightly more uniform look now. It's still patchy, but it's not as patchy like that. No, they all do go through an ugly phase. I'm not fishing for compliments or being negative. It actually does. It actually does go through these terrible, terrible phases, and everybody thinks, oh well, it's ruined now, and then they sort of chuck it. But no, what you do is you add to it. you keep working it, because it's the only way it's going to get there. You can't give up on it. See, that's a little section that's never properly dried, and so we need to kind of do that. What seed is it for Minecraft? Is it a seed for Minecraft? It could be. Yeah, it looks like a map. There's no sand on this one, though. My son would be greatly displeased. Ah. Disgusting. Right. So now I look like this. And this looks like this. And we need to let this dry. There's no sort of maybes about it. We do have to let this dry. And our next step after we let this dry is to add another layer. And that other layer is going to be metallic gilding wax. And I've got some nice colors here. Boy, does this smell. I've tried to revive these. These ones must have been from a bad batch, quite old or something. And so I've tried to revive them by adding turpentine to them, and they really stink. Woo! So we'll be using those with some makeup sponges in a minute. I'm just going to try and cut off the used bits of the makeup sponge, because the wax actually does eat into it and disintegrate the sponge, so gross. Right, so that one's been chopped. Let's chop this one. Oh, I'm getting Facebook notifications and everything. Okay. Okay, like that. I mean, one of the things you can do once you get to this stage is you can add you could add either random or on purpose, images onto the object that you're making. So you can stamp over this. It really takes the ink quite well, acrylic paint. So it's a good option if that's what you want to do. But I'm not doing that. While I'm waiting for the rest of it to dry, I think I'm just going to trim this, because I don't fancy folding it in on itself today. Not my idea of fun. These scissors are terrible. Little manicure scissors. They're good for a lot of things, but not really this. Okay. So. Woohoo. Ah. Wet paint. This is really soggy. It's really gross. But when it dries, it will be really quite sturdy. It's nice, actually. I'll show you in a minute. The other bits have behaved themselves quite well since they've been glued and painted to death. You can also layer things on top if you've got any kind of ephemera, I guess they call it. If you've got any decoupage pieces or pictures that you want to stick on it, that kind of thing, you can do that. but not for me and not today. If you want, you know, cutting things can quite often leave quite a rough edge. And the way that I suggest you get past that is with sandpaper. Not even kidding. You just sand right down across the edge and that will get rid of all of this nonsense here. Make sure it still folds up the way I intended it to. It does. Excellent. Ugh, still wet. Oh dear. Oh, look who's popped up all of a sudden. Hi. Yes, sound got fixed. But, yeah. Trouble is up to making more of these things. I mean, making more of these things. Oh, look. My husband appears. Ah, lovely. Do I want to put some images on here? I don't know. I might do it after I do this gilding wax layer, which I think I'm going to start now. And I'm going to start with Decadent Bamboo. It's green, but it's got kind of almost like a red interference layer on it. So it's interesting. It kind of does throw it just a little off kilter, but that's okay. We like that, right? So you just kind of buff this on. And you work in little patches just like you do with the paint. This has quite a long working time, I think, and it's lovely. It stinks, but it's lovely. Really smells horrible. But I'm just gonna lob some patches of this on. And you can kind of see where I've put it. It does have a sheen in some lights. Sharing band links again, huh? All right. I think I've had enough of that color now. Let's go on to a different one. How about Decadent Teal? That's a nice one. This is really quite nice when you put it on to something that actually has a texture, and it just picks out the texture on it. Really, really nice. Go. Little bits of sponge are coming off everywhere. But that's okay. Gotta have some crunchy bits. Blech. Kind of wish I had some lime green or something. look, Matt sent me a text. Shall we look at it? Bet I can make your phone light up on stream, he says. Alright, you happy with yourself now? Alright, you're famous. Now go away. You don't have to go away. Right, this one is, I didn't tell you what this is. This one is called Decadent Denim. Oh my glob. It's Lumpy Space Princess. My text alert is Lumpy Space Princess from Adventure Time. Because, oh my glob. I love her so much that I made fan art. Oh my glob. Because she's so nice with her little sparkly head star and everything. Oh my glob. I like her. She's my favorite character on Adventure Time. I like to put a darker border on things. Just makes it look a bit, I don't know. It looks like it's got depth-ish. Sort of. I guess. Adventure Time, in case you don't know. Adventure Time can be found on Cartoon Network. That's probably why most of you don't know about it. Because I'm probably, well, yes, I am. I'm an adult that watches Cartoon Network. Are you sending another link to the Wurzels Combine Harvester? I got a great new Combine Harvester. I'll give you the key. Some of this isn't sticking. I blame summer. Ooh. This looks quite purple. It's supposed to be denim, but I'll live with it. Why not? Okay. A little bit here, a little bit here. A little bit there, unexpected bit there, maybe here, yeah, and I don't know, where else? Here. Alright, very nice, some there. Just give it a little butt crack. There we go. Nice. Okay. So, now I look like this. I might have invented a new kind of manicure. Not sure. I think it looks pretty hot. Yeah. I call it mortuary. Nice. I said butt crack, yeah. Is that bad? Can I not say butt or crack or together? Ooh, look at this one. What lovely nails. Ooh. No cracking, no chipping. Said crack again, see? One of the things they tell you to do when you are finished making a shiny thing like this is to buff it with a cloth. I hope they mean paper towel. Let's do this. Buffing. Still buffing. Oh, yeah, that's looking good. Okay. Turning it over. Buffing. Ooh, squeak. Buffing. Buffing. Now it shines like a diamond. Woo! Shiny. It is a vampire slayer. Oh, look at that. That is an envelope for my Mah-Jong scoring tips once it dries. I might do some stamping on it, but I don't know now because I don't know what surface this is, so I don't know what ink to use. But boy, is that shiny. Ooh. Sorry, what's this about cars getting washed? I don't do that. What? Yeah, I don't wash the car ever since we got the bike rack put on the top because I can't drive it through the car wash with the bike rack on top. I don't like hiring guys to wash it in front of me because I think that's a bit perverted, so just give it a little extra here, I think. Yeah. Right. Ah, that's gross. Bleh. Have you got... Oh no. Have you got any train relics in the garden/garage? Yes. Oh, you're asking Matt? There's a Q&A with my husband going on. I don't believe it. Yeah, I like the second idea, Dave. Thanks. Are there any train relics in the garden/garage? Depends on your definition of relic. I think we've got, what have we got? You know those books? Not the Thomas books, the other ones. We've got those. We got a complete set of those. Is it Ivor the Engine? I can't remember. We've got something like that. He doesn't have a Nebworth at HQ sign, but now he has a Train Sim Live HQ sign, which is very nice, and I can't wait to see where he puts that. So, oh, it is Thomas. It's a cute little. It's a box. It looks like a railway shed. It's really cute. It's really cute. Yeah, Dave said what I said. Oh dear me, yeah. We do. We've got way too many things. I did put this on, right? You can see me, right? Because my preview window says that I'm offline. That's not cool. Let me refresh it. Oh no, I don't wanna. Because then bad things could happen. As long as you can all see me, that's fine. Or if you can't, that's also fine, but it'd be nice if someone told me. So that's the thing having been made. It needs to dry, and it needs to dry for quite some time, and I cannot now hit this with a heat gun because A, there are solvents on it, and B, there is wax on it. So it just needs to kind of go off and do its thing. But and I don't want to put it in my lovely Mah-Jong box because it might rub off on the lining of my lovely Mah-Jong box. So oh, that's awful. I need to go wash my hands. I was thinking of coming back tomorrow. I have got to do a double art therapy unboxing because it looks like while I was out, we got another shipment. Woohoo! So we got 2 of them to come, which means those people who like the whole OCD thing about checking that I've got all the pencils and all that, you know, that plays right into your wheelhouse if you have OCD. So OCD people, please join us. Just don't look at my wider room because that would send you mad. Gosh, I mean, I hate to break the party up. I mean, if I go away, will you guys still be able to chat? Because normally at this time of day, I'd be watching a scary movie or something. So you guys can watch a scary movie if Matt's willing to put his put a stream on of him just chatting with you guys. But for me, I need to wrap this stuff up because I gotta go. Not that way. I need to go, basically. Yeah. So nice chatting with you today. Hopefully, when I say I'm gonna be on tomorrow, I will actually be on tomorrow. No sound snafus or anything like that because, frankly, I've had my fill of them. So, on behalf of the envelope and of myself, thank you for watching. You can find me everywhere on social media. Twitter, Pinterest, Instagram, and Vine at Hapax Studios, same way it's spelled in the chat. I am on Facebook. That's facebook.com/Happy Accident Studios. You got to spell it all out. If you follow me on there, you'll know when I'm here, and you'll be able to just click through directly from Facebook if you want. If you want to know when I'm on as soon as possible, then do please click the little favorite button, although I think a lot of you already have. Thank you very much for that. I'm happy to see that I have 50 followers now. So thank you all for contributing to that number. That's been fantastic. And you can see my terribly organized and slightly less out-of-date website at www.happyaccidentstudios.co.uk. And if you need me to attend any social occasions and help people make stuff and embarrass myself much as I do right here, you can contact me and I'll see what I can do. But anyway, thank you so much. And mine's called what? Aww. Anyway, sorry, I'm reacting to the chat and I'm not repeating it. It's like whatever. Thank you for hanging out with me today, and I will be around probably tomorrow. So see you tomorrow.